What's up, everyone? Welcome back to Rob's Gaming Table. Today on the table, we are unboxing this giant beast of a white box, and I bet you can't guess what's inside. I bet you can't tell. I love when companies do this to put the name of the game on the outside. I think that's super cool. I mean, not super cool if the delivery guy leaves it on your front porch all day while you're at work or something, but when it's actually in your hands, it's kind of cool to see on the box, the art on the side. I've noticed Come On Games has been doing this with the last couple Kickstarters that I received. But yeah, I think you guys can hear me okay. Just let me know if not in the chat or whatever, if you can. Funny story, last unboxing I did, I filmed it. This is the first live one I'm doing ever. But last one I filmed the whole thing, 45 minutes probably long, and yeah, I realized there was a sound problem for half the video, so I had to trash that one. So I'm doing this one live. I'm sure you guys will let me know if you can hear me or not, and then I will continue. And that way I know it was filmed. I did the whole thing, and yeah, there was sound. But yeah, I see there's 12 of you here. I appreciate you guys tuning in for this unboxing. Thanks to Awaken Realms for sending this review copy over so you can play through it on the channel. I'm going to do it at least 2-player, maybe 3-player, since I found out there is jump in and jump out mechanics to this game. Looks pretty cool, but I'm definitely going to dive into this thing here, unbox it, and then at some point, maybe later today or tomorrow, do a live stream playing through the tutorial in it, just to get to learn the game and then sit down and read the rules and whatnot. Thank you, Mel, for letting me know if sound is good. All right, let's crack this thing open here. The tape even has the name on it of the company, which is kind of cool. Let's see here. Like, the box is so big, it's like in my way here of the camera, but I think it's kind of funny. Probably should have pre-opened the box a little bit. Oh, that was loud. I apologize for those wearing headphones. Alan, what's going on? Thanks for joining in. I really want to get this, just couldn't figure out how to get approved by the wife. Totally understandable. Totally understandable. For me, I just have to convince the wife that she wants to play it, and then I can usually get it. So that's how I trick her. I mean, oh wait, she's in the chat. Never mind. Cancel that. Cancel that. All right, so here's what you came to see. Close-ups of spongy packing materials. Yeah. That's really what you want, right? All right, how am I going to do this? Let's see. I'm just going to throw it all over the floor here, and I will clean it up later. All right, did my best, but okay. There is a little, this was on top here, covered with a little bit of styrofoam. It's a surprise box. Like, I did not know there was a surprise box with this game. I kind of am not sure if I should be opening this on an unboxing to ruin that for anybody. So, yeah, I guess tune away if you don't want to know what's in this surprise box. Ooh. Yeah, I haven't watched any unboxings of this game at all, so I'm kind of really going in blind here. I've read like half of the rules PDF online in anticipation of playing this later, but I feel like I have to read the rules a couple times. More of these foam things. Man, this is going to be messy. All right. But hey, it's packed very nicely, very nicely. I appreciate that for sure. I don't think we'll be getting any dented boxes in here. Like, there's layers and layers of foam, and I'm not sure if I'm going to lose anything in this packing material. Come on. Okay, let's try to get this out. Well, this is fun. Normally I take the whole game out of the shipping box and then just unbox that in the video, but I thought this would be funnier because they put the time and effort to do actual boxes with the logo on the outside. I don't want to kind of show that off. All right. Holy, that's heavy. That is like smaller than Cloudspire, but that is Cloudspire heavy. That's what that is right there. That's what that is. That is freaking heavy. All right, let's see. Anything else in here? Oh, lots of foam at the bottom though. Yeah, just very packed very well. Like cool custom fitted, like layers and layers of styrofoam here. Like a bunch of these. There's like one of these in the bottom. There's like, it's pretty cool how it like protects the corners of the box very well. I've gotten games shipped before that the boxes were all like dented and stuff, but that didn't happen here. All right, let's now we got the giant box off the table. Let's let's get a little closer and more intimate with this beautiful game. All right. Okay. If anyone's curious, it is yellow sticker CBSNIAMHS. Secret code, for those that know. No, I'm just joking. I have no idea what that's there for. But we will take the plastic off because it will reflect the glare of all the studio lights and annoy the crap out of me. It'd be kind of funny if they pulled the Christmas prank and just gave all those foam layers and nothing else. I would be able to tell by the weight for sure if this giant box is missing inside. This thing is super heavy. But a cinder block would probably fit nicely. All right. I don't know. Surprise box first. It was on the top, the first thing. I don't know. Okay. Yes, I do have a remote control for my camera, and I found it today, and I had it lost for weeks, and I didn't know where it was because I thought it was silly to have a remote control for your camera. But I see Paul over at Gaming Rules. I saw him use his to zoom in on the table, and it's way better than me usually reaching up and adjusting it on the camera. So yeah, I stole that idea from him and thought that was super cool. But anyways, yeah. Let's see here. So I'm opening the surprise box. So put your hands over your eyes if you don't want to see. Maybe your ears too at the same time. It came with the camera. I don't know. I don't know if like you can get like this is what the Canon camera came with this one, but I don't know if you can get like a universal remote if your camera supports remotes, like has an IR sensor. Like my phone has an IR sensor, and I can like program it to like basically take over TVs and DVD players and stuff. It's kind of cool. I could probably get that working with it. All right, so surprise box is open. Last warning, tune away. Tune away, here we go. There's a letter. There is a letter. Okay. I don't know here. Like, I feel bad opening this here at the start of the video. You know what? I'm going to save this stuff for the end of the video. Let's save it for the end. That's like totally throwing me off here. I was not expecting that. Yeah, we'll save that for the end. So stay around for the end. We won't spoil it. Obviously, you saw there's like a little book inside, but I won't open that till the end of the video. Well, let's do the main game first here. All right. All right, smell time. Oh, yeah, that smells good. I got a problem. I know I have a problem. All right. Tainted Grail, the Fall of Avalon. Start here. So this is that, basically like the rules you can play through this little like pre-canned scenario, and it will not spoil any of the game. It kind of gives you a little taste, a little toe dip into the pool of this game, this deep, deep pool of this game, to just give you like a taste of combat and diplomacy and exploring and how the menhir works. The menhirs, however you say it, menhirs. So throw that off to the side. That's cool they have that, so you don't have to dip into a campaign until you're comfortable with that. And you know what? So I'll probably play through this live on the channel later. Maybe I'll wait till Mel's here and we'll go through it together. Or just alone. It's a solo little thing. You start with one character to kind of get a taste. So I'll go through it and try it out. And I'll probably do it live so we can ask questions and go through it and that kind of stuff. But yeah, I'll definitely do that before getting into the main game. And make sure I've read the rules a bunch of times first. Okay, so here's the rule book. Feels nice, looks nice and glossy. Yeah, I've already looked at the PDF, but it was like low resolution. But this does look nice. Yeah, nice pictures, nice art. All right, let's see here. It's got like how your components should be laid out on the table. Very descriptive. So I was reading through, like I said, half the PDF of this, and like it is very clear, and it looks very nice, and it's very well organized, and it references different sections throughout. So, and it does repeat the important stuff in each section where it matters, and I love when rule books do that. So they kind of hit you over the head multiple times with important things. So when I read a rule book, my reading comprehension's like okay, but not the greatest. I know this, and sometimes you'll read really quickly over the whole book, and maybe a rule that happened on page 2, you'll forget by page 40 that it was related to that section at the end, and they keep repeating it throughout, which is kind of nice. I've seen a few rule books do that, so it's like very clear. It's not like they were worried about how many pages the rule book was going to be. They put the information in there that's needed to be in there as many times as needed, and I really like that so far, at least so far. But I'm only like halfway done. But even so, and I've read some parts later. I kind of jumped around a little bit, but yeah, this is cool. Lots, like the text. There's a lot in this rule book. Like it is only a 23-ish page rule book. An index, always amazing when there's an index. But 23 pages only, and I thought, oh, that's not too bad. And the PDF you can't really tell, but the pages are super wide and super big. Feels like kind of like newspaper here, and not the quality, but the size and the same like small writing, like multiple columns. So there's like tons of information on each page. So it's normal rule books are like this big. So every open page here is like 3 pages of rules. So this is yeah, it's a bigger rule book than it lets on by page number, that's for sure. But I mean, some columns are taken up just by art. But examples, that's cool. Walks you through here, for example, diplomacy, if you want to know everything about it. But yeah, the fact it comes with that little tutorial on the side, I love that. So you can like play through it without having to jump into this yet. It's kind of like Fantasy Flight Games with like the Learn to Play guide and then the like rules reference guides. I love that, the way they have that together. So you can kind of read a shorter rule book, get into the game, get the the main mechanics and stuff down, and then you dive deep into that rules reference. But yeah, I got a nice rules summary on the back. I don't know how much of a summary that is. It's pretty huge. So that just tells you that the rules in this game is thick. This is a bigger rule set, kind of like, Gloomhaven, for example, like big rule book like that, big rule set like that. All right, here's that juicy exploration journal. This is what that caught my eye that I wanted it for. I love campaign games. You guys know from us playing through Gloomhaven, Lord of the Rings, Journeys to Middle-earth, Age of Tyranny, that kind of stuff. I love campaigns, especially ones like this that are like choose your own adventure, having that like kind of legacy game feel, which is kind of cool. And they put cardboard around the spiral here on the side that holds it together. Which, sorry about the noise, guys. Oh boy, sorry, this one's a noisy one. But yeah, they put it on to protect this from getting squished by the heavier components inside, which I thought was kind of cool. All right, so I'm not going to go too in-depth on this because this is like the story and there's surprise stuff in here. But I know there is like tutorial specific pages in this book that are connected to that 4-page tutorial like playthrough little scenario. So we'll just look at like those pages. Maybe at the front, the how to use this book, there's a section for that in here that was mentioned in the rules. Let me just rip this off. Hey Jeff, how's it going? Back out of this at the last second. Oh, okay. Why? What made you not back this? What scared you away? The amount that was in your bank account statement and then the amount that was about to be charged to you from Kickstarter, did that scare you away from it? Looks gorgeous. Can't wait to play this, says Melanie. Yes, tonight we're going to give it a spin, or at least start looking through the rules tonight, because we're going to play through this hopefully this week. We'll get it kicked off. And then maybe if Justin's back for the weekend, we might have him jump in and test these jump in, jump out mechanics and play it some 3-player. Well, let's see though. All right. Nicholas says, me too. Looks so amazing. I've always loved Arthurian legend. A twisted take on it, so it's Charmaine. Yeah, I heard it's a little dark and depressing, this game, which is kind of cool. Too much stuff, yes. Now here's the thing, that I missed a Kickstarter on this. I wasn't aware of this game until a fan of the channel mentioned it to me to check it out. And it was already, I saw people already had videos of getting this game on YouTube, so I thought, hey, I'd reach out to them and ask them, hey, this game looks super cool, and I went and read all about it, started reading the rules, and was like, okay, I want this game. I want to play it on the channel. So I reached out to them. They sent a review copy. Thanks again to those at Awakened Realms for sending it over, so we can play through it, unbox it here, and whatever. But yeah, when I saw it, I didn't miss a Kickstarter. But lately, how I back Kickstarters is I back the bare minimum. I back basically what is going to be in the stores. I don't need all the extra minis. I don't need all that fluff. Which not everyone's going to have. I prefer to get the game how it's going to show up on retail shelves usually. And this is what I have here. I believe this is just the core set. I don't have the big extra mini boxes, all the add-ons and stuff. But I know there's people out there, and I used to be one of those people where I had to go all in on a Kickstarter. That's gone now. Put your game in the box and design it well enough, and I'll want it. But don't make me have to spend $500 to play a game that is probably only like $50 worth of game with a bunch of pretty components. Like, but I don't mind if all that extra stuff is content, but if it's just pretty stuff, like, whatever. That's my opinion on it. But yeah, so if you're all in, Jeff, and you had to get all that stuff, I understand completely. Because when I look back. Okay, so, sorry, I'm getting sidetracked here. Exploration Journal. All right. I do that. I can't do two things at once. All right, so this is the Exploration Journal. This is how it works. Some little instructions in here. I won't go too close. I don't want to spoil anything. Oh, there's the first tile. So let's go to the back. Yeah, see, there's a tutorial exploration section. So if you don't want spoilers and you're playing that little four-page walkthrough tutorial, it will tell you to go in here and read this to kind of give you a taste of how it works. But none of this is supposedly spoiler at all. So it has its own like dream sequence, little rules for the tile. But if there's anything like how somebody explained this game to me, and when I saw it, I thought of it right away. It's like Seventh Continent mixed with Gloomhaven. And I love both those games, and I will be playing through Seventh Continent at some point on the channel. I've only played a few sit-downs of that game, but just when I was told that, I was sold. And that's what it seems like here. Like, look at the size of this book. Look at the size of this book. How many pages? How many pages? Like, I'll do it far away so you guys don't see any spoiler. Hopefully it doesn't really focus. But yeah. It doesn't even have pages, really. There's like 7. I don't know. It's like 800 sections. But I don't know how many pages truly. Oh, maybe this is pages. Ah, I see. So there are pages. It's like 200 plus pages, I guess. I think. Maybe not. No, I don't know. It's broken into like sections here. You see like the numbers in the top right, but like some of them repeat on pages. I don't know. No, it's definitely not, because it starts at 100. I don't know. That's a bunch of pages. That's a bunch of pages. Actually, it probably says in the rule book, in the component guide, maybe. So let's see what came with this. Nope. Fall of Avalon Exploration Journal. But either way, the hardcores out there, you guys know how many pages it's in. I'm sure they mentioned it during Kickstarter updates and stuff, but yeah. All right, so it comes with the rule book, Exploration Journal, and here's some letters. So this is kind of cool. This like, it's like cool sheets. It feels like old letter, like it's got like a texture to it. I don't even know what kind of paper that's called, but even the writing on it, it's like a letter for each character to kind of give you like a backstory to them, like why they're here, is my understanding. I haven't read them yet, but yeah, that's cool. That's included. Oh, there's a 5th one. I thought there's only 4 characters, but there is a 5th one. Oh, that might be something. 80 pages. Okay, thanks, Jeff. Yeah, you'd rather play base games. Almost back. This one too, says George. Hey, George, how's it going? But decided to wait until I watch playthroughs and read reviews. Okay, I appreciate that. But don't get spoiled. Like, I understand, like, we're going to do the playthrough of this, and I expect only, like, the majority of people to only watch, like, maybe the first or second video, and then go, if you're interested in it, go play it. If you never want to buy it ever, sure, follow along. But what I find is a ton of people watch the first couple episodes, but we'll continue to play through it and make episodes. But then people will play it themselves and then come back to see how it turned out for us and, like, what decisions we made, because supposedly has, like, branching paths and stuff. 10 sections per page look like. Okay. It's going to have another printing. Yeah, it'll have another printing for sure. So here's little maps. I guess this is for each player. So there's 4 little maps. They're kind of on that same textured paper as the letters, but they're bigger, obviously. Okay, and here's the save sheets. So there's 30 of these sheets here, so you can save your game every time you stop. I don't know how many chapters there are, but a play session I believe is like a chapter, and it's like 30 to 40 hours this game is my understanding. But I'm sure you'll be able to, if you need to, print these out to do multiple playthroughs of the save sheets, or just scan it. Or someone on Board Game Geek probably already has this in a PDF scanned, ready to go, so you can download and print it, whatever. Oh, here we go. Okay, here's that extra character. That's kind of cool. So it's a little cardboard pop out here. So this goes in like the player board. So the player board right here, you can see this character comes out, and you can put this character in. And I think you can use this character on any of the 4 boards that are included. Like, it doesn't have its own board. And I'm not sure if you can like switch characters between boards. That I cannot remember, and I'm not sure if I've even read that or not. But I think that character, the 5th character, can go in any board, but I could be wrong. It might only go on the blue board. I can't remember. But yeah, let's get these things open. And these are similar to the Scythe player boards, where they're like multi-layered cardboard with cutouts on the top layer, so you can put your components in and they don't slide around, which I love. That was one of the coolest things I saw on Scythe. And supposedly, according to Jamie Stegmaier, the designer of Scythe, he says something he wouldn't really pursue in the future because it was like one of the hardest things to do and get right. And he wasn't. I don't know if it was. I don't know if it was he wasn't too pleased with it, but either way, he was like said it was more basically a pain in the butt than he expected. So it's something he wouldn't really try to chase after again. But it is one of the coolest things about that game for sure. Let's see what's the chat saying. He doesn't mind spoilers, says George. That's how I did 7Con. Oh, okay, okay. Yeah, 7Con we'll play through eventually. I have that. I just haven't played more than like the intro thing on it a couple times just to try it out. But then other games got in the way, so I haven't gotten back to that one. But as long as it's not like time stories, as in not really replayable. In this book, it did say something about if you die in a chapter, you're supposed to kind of like start all the way at the beginning of the campaign. But there is a way to like restart at the beginning of the chapter so you don't set yourself all the way back. But then it even talks, if you've done that a few times, basically reset to the beginning because it's not intended for you to keep retrying a scenario over and over again. They say you should start at the very beginning again and drop the difficulty level and then try playing through the campaign again. But yeah, I will see. I don't know how it's going to work with video, but we might just play on like a lower level difficulty so that there's less chance of that happening. But we would probably restart, obviously, at the beginning of a chapter, not at the beginning of the thing, and try to play through the whole thing again. So that way we have like a series. But this is cool here. You have your character on one side of this board, and on the other side you have like their starting setup for this characters right here. So actually, on this one, does it say starting attributes? I don't know, it doesn't say like what board to use, so I'm sure it's in the rule book. I'm sure it's in there. But yeah, you can just, boom. Now that character's on this board, just like that. So I don't know if you're supposed to like switch them around ever, but I see it's like this one's green. And like I'm not sure if there's a point to this, like just to put the setup on the back that's kind of cool. So instead of giving like a reference card, but yeah, it's definitely thick and very well done. And we'll get the little bits out and put them in there, little cubes. But yeah. And there's Bior. It has like a weird font that the R looks like an I. But that's an R there. That is an R, I'm pretty sure. Yeah, that's cool. Starting resources, 3 food, 1 wealth. He's got a lot of aggression, a little bit of courage, a little bit of practicality, a little bit of caution, but no empathy and no spirituality. All right, I'm down. All right, we got Maggot here. So the first one was Ailey. We got Maggot, and we got, I think it's an M. N. Niam. I don't know how to say that. And we got Maggot here and his starting stuff. 2 food, 2 magic. He's all about spirituality. I can't even say it. Oh man, that's cool though. So I'm curious. Oh, they are different. So look at these tracks here. This guy has some bonus up here, a little green section of 1 and 2. But this one is a smaller bonus section of just +1 in the energy column. And it looks like this guy has spots that are filled in, or this girl has spots that are filled in here that you can't even put cubes in. But this guy has an extra line or layer, which is kind of neat. So the boards are different. And we got Erev, I think is how you say it. That looks pretty cool. If you're not sure, you place your character right here. Right here if you're not sure. Like, who opens it, like puts it to the side and like, oh crap, where does this go? Where do I put this stuff? Oh, okay, right there, okay. That's cool. And then it tells you, play with this side down. Don't you dare play like this, because you will not know you have abilities on the other side. It's kind of funny. That's cool it's on there. I'm sure in playtesting someone asked that question once, and they're like, all right, print it, put it on there. We don't want to see that question come into our email. But yeah. Oh, there's a die that's popped out here. Oh, I love the clear plastic divider to keep everything in. It's got the little Tainted Grail printed on it there. Kind of like popping out 3D. That's cool. That is cool. Throw that to the side. So there's 2 dice here. Oh, that one fell in. We lost it. My favorite component, these silica gel packs. Throw away, don't eat them. Won't make that mistake again. All right, let's see what the chat's saying. Jeff recently got 7th Continent from a friend, backed Hexplorate, all in, looking forward to try that. Never heard of it. I'm not really up on the Kickstarters. I watch some YouTubers that like kind of keep me up to date on Kickstarters, but sometimes they don't hit my radar, or I kind of see it and I look and I totally forget. The problem with Kickstarter is it's like I see a Kickstarter and I'm like, oh, that looks cool. And if I see a YouTube video, I'm sitting on my couch, I play it, or like I check it out on my phone, and then I totally forget to make a note of it. I see the deliveries on some of these are like a year and a half out, and then there's always that like 3-month delay. Especially I live in Canada, so there's always an extra delay to when I get the game versus everyone else in the US or whatever. But usually when I see a game that's like not going to be here for a year and a half and could be trash and maybe not deliver and maybe not even get backed, I usually just see it and I go, eh. When it comes out, if it's a big deal, I'll hear about it. And it's like, I don't want to like get hyped up about some like prototype components and some rules that might change. I just don't like caring about a game that I won't have right away when there's so many other games that are like out right now that are awesome. Like, why bother, right? That's how I look at it. But if a game's still like done and they're delivering it within 6 months, I'll get more excited about those kind of Kickstarters. But that's just me. I understand game development takes a while and don't rush a game because, get it right. But that's just me. So there's the dice. And that's for moving the monsters around. And this one I'm not sure. I guess it's just to have a D6. But it looks cool. Definitely looks cool. Goes with the theme of the game. All right. So I thought I was going to have to give these things a wash. And I'm not sure if this is just my copy that comes like this, or if this is how they're all going to come. But I thought they would come like gray, like, just like regular miniatures that are unpainted in games. But this looks like it has kind of like a bone paint on it, and then it's been washed. So like they've done some painting, I guess. But yeah, it's not what I expected at all. I thought they would come completely unpainted, and I thought I'd be sitting outside later spray painting them with some like bone, like what do you call that, like undercoat, and then I was gonna like do a little wash on it just to give them like so they'd stand out a little bit. That's extra. It does. Oh, it doesn't come like this. Oh, okay. So maybe it's just because I got a review copy. Trying to show off the game nice to the reviewers. I don't review games though. I'll tell you if it's crap or it's not, but that's as far as I go. I'll play the thing. And if I'm spending hours playing it on my channel and having a good time, you guys know it's awesome. Come on, camera focus. Yes, there we go. All right, look at that. That looks cool. Look at this guy on the back. That looks cool. That looks cool. In the Kickstarter, there was a sun drop option. Same with the 5th character. Okay. Let's see here. Try to get these guys out. I don't want to break anything, but they are snug. There we go. Yes, okay. I guess that's, I don't know who this is, but it looks like a bad guy. A baddie, a boss, something. Something I have to run from. He's got 4 arms and a knife. Is this Goro? Goro from Mortal Kombat? I don't remember him in the Arthurian like fantasy, but I'm down. I love Mortal Kombat. I'm down. Let's see here. So I guess this is a Ailey. So there she is. Let's see if we can get it to focus by using the board with it. Yeah, there she is. So that's cool. It's going to look nice on video. I always feel bad playing with like bland unpainted miniatures, but at least these look a little better. Like the definition looks cool on them. I don't know if I'll do a bad thing like paint some green around the rim on the bottom just to make it like pop out more on video, like which character it is that we're moving around, because sometimes it's a little far out. Yeah, then I can paint like Maggot like red or brown, blue on Bayor, and this guy do a little teal maybe or something. I don't know. All right, let's get some more out of here. Oh. All right, there's Bayor. Let's get him up there. Yeah, it looks cool. Yeah, like even the bases are done like nice. They have like stuff on them. Like most minis come with just like the flat bottom base, like, and you usually have to add stuff to it to make it look nice, right? Like little grass and pebbles and all that kind of crazy stuff. I'm no good at any of that, but I love when people do that. I think it looks super cool. All right, this looks like Maggot here. Now, I'm not a miniatures painter at all, but I don't know if it's like whatever is on this, like the wash or whatever, I don't know if it's easy to like paint over this for people that paint minis. Like, I don't know if you get this kind of copy and it's like literally I can't paint it. Like, I don't know if it'll like come off or if it's hard, like the paint won't stick to it properly. Maybe it's easier to paint it like this. I don't know. But if anyone knows in the chat, I'd be curious if it's good, like to get it like this to still be able to paint it or not. Or if it's kind of ruined that there's paint like in all the crevices already. You can't really go back on it. But yeah. Oh, actually, these miniatures are all different. Oh, I didn't even notice. I thought they're all a bit the same. That's cool. Come on. There we go. But yeah, that is cool. That feels very like Dark Souls, man, or Demon Souls. I love it. Like, I love it. Dark and evil. But these are the things that are like provide the light to let you explore the map, and they like go out, and then you can only go so far from these things. So you want them there, and you need to find them to explore. But to me, they look kind of scary. It's like something you'd fight. It's like a Dark Souls boss. 3 of these guys floating around the screen trying to stab them with your sword, you know? Or shoot magic at them to kill them. But in this game, they're good. Don't let the looks fool you. Yeah, there's the third. Oh, that looks awesome with the sword, man. Oh, it's so good. So cool. That looks super cool. Oh, I love it. I love it. Yeah, that's awesome. That is awesome. Oh, man. Okay, let's go with the last little minis here. So this is the 5th character, Niam or whatever. Let's get her nice and close up here. There we go. Sweet. You see that little dress hanging down there. Texture on the base. Super cool. And this is Erev, the guy with the scythe. Yeah, that's cool. Yeah, that's cool. Yeah, I can't wait to jump into this. I need to do some pre-reading before I play to kind of, like, before we actually play the real campaign to kind of figure out which character I want to be, like, which one I'll have the most fun spending 30 to 40 hours with. But they all look super cool. Like, right now, I'm not even sure who I'd pick. I'd probably have to let my wife pick first, though, so that there's no, conflict and, any kind of assaults or anything that she would do to me on the background to make me, give her the character I want to play or anything. I'm just joking. I'm joking, Mel. I'm joking. So here's little token counter things that you put in the bases to count down. Yeah, it goes from 1 to 8. I guess that is a little hard to see, but it does look cool. Like you can see it there when it's super like close and zoomed in that there's numbers on there, and it's like a different back because you actually can flip these like coins, which is kind of cool. Yeah, detail is nice. Detail is nice. But yeah, so they go like in the bases here, is my understanding, and that kind of like counts down the light left on the menhier. So like count down, I guess, like this. You kind of know, okay, now it's at 3, now it's at 2, 1, 0. Then eventually on the next turn it like disappears. And the light goes out, and you can't travel to the locations that are adjacent to it. All right, so we got some extra baggies. That's cool. So we just sort the game out. Because usually the baggies, they give you that, like, all the cubes in it and stuff are, like, very disposable, right? It's not resealable. So they give you, like, little resealable bags that are pretty thick to store the stuff in. So we got some cubes. So these ones count for 5, I believe, and then all these ones are 1s. But you use these on the player boards. Whoops. All right. For the power of the remote. Oh, I should have sped up the zoom speed before doing this. All right. There we go. Ah. Well, these are big cubes. These aren't your mama's little pandemic cubes at all. These are big ones. These are big. They are nice. So yeah, you put them like, you know, in here. These ones count as 5s, but we'll get some red ones out. I don't know if they're a different size because those ones are bigger actually. Find out in a second. No, maybe, I don't know. It's like playing with me here. I think they're about the same size. No, the blue ones are bigger. Or the purple. Purple or blue. They are slightly bigger. Yeah. I don't know if you can see that, but... Camera focus. Yeah, they're like ever so slightly... Oh, now it's losing focus. But anyways, they're ever so slightly... feel ever so slightly smaller. But they fit perfectly in the little... Ah, yes, the blue ones don't really fit in this side, so that's perfect. They're not meant to go in there, I don't think, because you would just be using them as trackers over here, one at a time. And yeah, you'd never stick them in here. Yeah, and it does not fit in. The blue does not fit in there, which is perfect, because they're only meant to like go in here, where you're supposed to be like tracking more than one thing, right? Here is just like, that signifies 1. You never, sorry. That right there signifies 1, 2. You never need, you know, to put a 5 in there, which they are a different size. That's kind of cool. So the blue are worth more. They're worth 5 of the reds, I believe. So, and they represent that by being a little bigger, which is cool. So let's go back out here so you can see them. But yeah, there's your cubes. Exciting. Yeah, they're cool. Definitely cool. All right. So we will just throw them. I don't know if they go in these bags, but we are gonna, actually we'll just shove them off to the side right now. There we go. All right, let's get back to the goods. All right, so we have our diplomacy deck. Now I'm not sure, like some of this I'll show, I guess. I'll take the plastic off at least, but I don't want to spoil anything, so I'm not gonna go through like every single card. But I mean, in the diplomacy deck, like you'll see the stuff. If you don't know how to play none of this stuff make any sense to you. But when you play through encounters, you use the little symbols on the side here to connect cards in a line, kind of play like some little mini card game when you're fighting or when you're interacting with like a diplomacy or a combat encounter. Were you provided a review copy or is this a personal Kickstarter pledge? Just a review copy. Yeah, Jeff answered you there. Yeah, thanks, Bill. Yeah, it's just a review copy to play through on the channel, not a Kickstarter. So yes, there may be different stuff, of course, as I'm learning, as I'm unboxing this and people are telling me. So some extra baggies. Oh, here's these cool little plastic parts to go in your health. Where's my knife? they go in your health, like so, here. So instead of using a cube in your health, use this thing, which has a cool little heart symbol in the component that is just like the health symbol down here. And what it does is track your health. And as your health goes down, your energy cannot go back above your health because it's blocked by this little line on the token here, or on the on the token. And so this is as high as the health can go right now, or the energy can go right now because my health is here. And then if your terror goes above it, so if your health drops, you have a little line to remind you your energy goes here because you're dying basically, or you're losing health, so your energy obviously is not as good. But if your terror ever goes above that, that's when you start having like nightmares instead of dreams at locations. When you stay there like for a turn for a day or whatever, it's kind of cool. I'm excited to experience some nightmares in a board game. I think that's cool. So yeah, they give you 4 of them to play with here. Obviously 4 character boards, 4 characters at a time. And here's some time tokens, like progress tokens, whatever. 2 different kinds of tokens here. Let's go. So these you've used on cards to like track. And I think, I could be totally wrong. Thought they like connect with something. They're kind of shaped like so they would connect on something, but I'm not sure how. But you can see they have like a little like indent there. I don't know if you can see that, but yeah, they're like hollow underneath. So it looks like they kind of like would hook on something. But yeah, it's kind of neat. All right. The save slots in here are actually like floppy disks, symbols in the bottom. Now you kids that don't know what a floppy disk is, let me tell you. No, I'm just joking. But yeah, it's a symbol for save. All right, so here is some cards that are known as the secret deck. So I'm going to go through all those one by one and read them all out to you. I'm just kidding. Don't tune away yet. I'm just joking. I will not spoil anything. Stay tuned for my playthrough for all the spoilers. So these are small cards. Hopefully you never have to have these in hand or shuffle them or anything. Well, shuffle them is okay, but having them in hand all the time, I don't want them laying on the board, but I don't like games that use these as like a primary card you have to hold all the time. There is a ton of secrets. That's the secret deck. And then we have, I think these are skills. These are like add-ons. Yeah, this is like your skills. Because they have the little symbol, like for example, the aggression symbol on them. They kind of go under your board. And yeah, see, they match up to the side symbol there on your board. So as you like buy new skills, you attach them here underneath your board to show you like an extra ability you have, which I think a super sick way to use the little cards. I don't mind that. That is super cool. Not a problem there. Then we have an item deck. Alan says, now that's cool, but for the younger folks, that's like a rotary dial phone. Yes. Taking 25 minutes to like get your phone number in the call before like it dials out to somebody. Especially when they had higher number digits in the phone number multiple times. You're like, oh man. All right. So Bill, in November is like the first shipment wave. Is that what you're saying? That's when you're gonna get your copy because of that, or is that like when everyone gets it? Or I don't know how they're doing this one. If it's like multiple waves or whatever. Like I've done other Kickstarters where the core set comes out and then like expansions are later and stretch goals and all that stuff. So I'm just curious if you know like when's everyone gonna be getting this game to be able to play it? Is what I'm curious. At least the core set. Is it everybody in November or just your country? But yeah, this is all just items. Oh, more secrets. More secrets. Quick, hide them. Well, let's look at a couple items. We got Witch's Bile. I'll show off this one. Show off the cool art. And then there's a cool ability on the bottom. But that's it. But yeah, nice little cards. Nice card stock. Nice glossy feel on it. They're not cheap. They're not cheap cards. I've felt some crappy cards before. These are not Not that, that's for sure. There is a good weight to this box, and it's because all of these decks, tons of cards in here. It's not like full of minis or poker chips like some other games that are usually this heavy. It's like literally all the cards and the books. The big thick book for sure. But yeah. So here's the oversized cards that make up the map, is my understanding. I think some of these are reference. Yeah, there's the reference cards on the back here. Let me try to get this open without messing up the cards. I don't want to use my knife on the cards just in case, but yeah. So here's some reference cards, giant size reference cards. Let's compare them to the little cards. And let's compare them to regular diplomacy size cards. So yeah, they are bigger. So there's your order of the day. So you can have this down here, and it has one for each player. So they have the order of the day reference, and on the back, the action overview. So everyone can have a nice giant reference card there. And then you have the icon glossary. So you have that reference for them, of course, on the other side. Combat and diplomacy icons. Enemy traits, see rulebook for details, but nice little reminder. And everyone who's played like Too Many Bones or Cloudspire all knows about having reference sheets with all your traits on them and everything. Playing with that in hand. Here's combat and diplomacy overview. Just one though, so I guess like they recommend having like one player be like the DM or the GM, kind of like make sure that person's reading from the book and organizing all the decks and all that stuff. So I guess this person would have this and kind of make sure you walk through combat okay. But I think only one person kind of goes through it at a time. But I think you can do it as a party too. So, but there's only one of these, unless I missed. No, yeah, only one of those reference sheets. Well, that's fine, or reference cards. So Bill says, yes, that should be wave 1 if you selected 2-wave ship. Oh, so split shipping they had? Okay. Second wave with expansion and stretch goal content is next May, I think. Oh, okay. Oh, wow. Okay. Interesting. Okay. Oops, I don't know which way. I don't want to. Oh, okay. Here's the top. So this is the starting location. So I will show this one, and that's about it. But there is like a crap ton. I don't want to go too far back here. There's a crap ton of giant cards here that make up the map of the game. There is Kunat. I don't know how to say it. I'm bad at pronunciations. But Farmhold. So there's like the art. Look at the Menhir is like right there in the middle. Like that is super detailed. I love that. And there's the ability on the card. So it's like a good settlement. You can have, I believe, dreams there. That's what that symbol is. And this one means there's a Menhir here that you can like light or whatever. Like one of these things kind of goes on it. And then on the back, there'll be like, if you explore this, it'll show you, I'll put it far away, but you can see like there's some story stuff, and then it'll tell you where to go in the exploration guide. Whoops. In the exploration guide, which section to read to like, and even cool, on the back of this card, all this stuff is supposedly in the exploration guide. So if you have a ton of components on here or miniatures on the top of a card, and you don't want to take them all off to flip over the card to explore it, you can just jump to the part in the book for the card, is my understanding, to read it. And I don't know if that's for every card, but most cards. But yeah, then there's like, they connect, so 102. I believe this is all in the tutorial. You guys will see it when I play through the tutorial. So this is card 102, the Hunter's Grove, and it connects to this one. So when you explore north, this card would come out if it's not already there, and you would read it and explore it if you want. But yeah, that's all I'm going to go through there. But there is a ton, like that is a ton of locations, and that is really cool. I'm excited to explore. All right. Also waiting for my package. May was the original estimate for Wave 2, so wouldn't be surprised it will be during the summer. Wave 1 was estimated for August this year. Okay. Yeah, see, like I said, the Kickstarters, there's always like that month to 3 month delay of what they originally estimate. It's just like I've never seen one that's like on time. It's a very rare thing. Unless like the game's done and they say it's done and it's like literally just for pre-orders. But even then, trying to get some of the stuff mass produced, if they get like more orders than expected, it always creates delays. So here you go, open and play. Do not shuffle this card pack. So I believe this is a tutorial. And this is what we'll play through later live on the channel. Let's open this guy. So yeah, it gives you like, oh, there's your saved encounters card, but it gives you like a combat deck already pre-set up to walk you through a combat scenario. And then a diplomacy for the same thing to give you that scenario. And then, so here's some cards from each, one card from each color deck that I guess are non-spoiler. So, and they even say it's like your first encounter. So those encounters on these different encounter decks, and each colored encounter deck's like a different type of encounter, and they have like general description of what could be in that deck. But on these tutorial cards, they even describe each section. So you can literally play through it without going through the rule book, because the rule book text is like on the card explaining each part. That is like next level tutorial. Like it's not go search through all these decks, pull out all these cards, organize it in this order. Now we're going to walk you through a play scenario. I totally ignore those ones because I'm like, ah, screw it, I'll just get into the game. But this, that way it's already set up for you in a specific order to play. That's super cool. That is super cool. I will go through that in detail in the playthrough. We'll see all these cards. We'll go through it. We'll work it out. And we'll do that live later on the channel. So make sure you subscribe, hit that notification bell so you don't miss when I go live for that. It might be later today, but if not, it'll be tomorrow afternoon most likely. Around the same time as this is happening. So this is create decks for this chapter. So, oh, chapter 15 setup. I see. See, I don't know. I'm like very scared to start ripping through these cards. I'm feeling that way. How does this game know me already? All right. So this encounter deck. See, I don't want to go through any of these decks, but all I'll say is like the art looks cool. It's the same art and stuff that's on these tutorial cards. Obviously ignoring the bright green rules text stuff, but like you can see the detail in that looks awesome. Looks dark, looks depressing, looks magical. Screams Dark Souls to me. That's what that does there. Screams Dark Souls. But yeah, I'll just throw those to the side. Let's see. Yeah. Oh, there's an encounter. There's a Glade Hare you can fight. So another encounter deck. Revealed locations. A little card to remind you for saving it. Advancement pool. So this is like you can add. So kind of like Gloomhaven when you're building your hand for your character and putting different cards in, taking cards out. That's my understanding how this game works. You just have to have 15 cards minimum in your combat deck and your diplomacy pool. But it's that kind of same thing. You'll have your character, you'll be building them up. You can make your deck bigger, kind of like the, what's that deck called? The one where you're flipping over attack modifier deck in Gloomhaven. You can add cards to those from your box, the little cards. But if your deck gets thicker, then there's less chance you'll see certain cards come up together. So there's that whole balance to it of like kind of refining your deck how you want it to be based on cards you get to advance it, which is kind of cool. I'm looking forward to that. So there's some diplomacy cards, and I believe each character has their own diplomacy deck cards that are specific to them, and then there's some generic ones that you can add to it or like advance. So I guess different weather things can happen. This says good weather. So I don't know if there's like can be bad weather. There's like weather mechanic in the game. Your first travel today costs 1 less energy. Oh, that's so nice. Actually, let's see what else there is. I'm curious how bad it can get. Because this is probably on like 1 good weather card and like 15 like you're having the worst day ever cards. No. Oh, okay. Okay. Good weather's okay. Okay. Seems like more good weather here than not. Let's see. Heavy rainfall. Heavy rainfall could happen. Each travel costs 1 additional energy. Oh, okay. Only a couple of those. Violent thunderstorm. Lose a health each time you travel. What? It's best to hide. Dense mists. Each exploration in locations without a settlement costs additional energy. So thick you can barely see the tip of your nose. Oh, that's cool. Oh, what's this one? Unnatural chill. Water freezes and grass covers with frost. That's cool. Full moon, blood moon, howling gale. Beautiful, beautiful weather. That's even better than good weather. Night assault. Beasts on the prowl. Oh, that's so cool. Oh man, I can't wait. I cannot wait. Cannot wait. You're going insane versus you died. Not sure which is the preferable option. Yeah, no kidding. Chapter 1 setup, Chapter 2 setup. So these are the front of the card and the back. Oh, okay. Oh, that's cool. It tells you it's the back of the card versus the front, in case you're not sure. So that way if you don't want to surprise yourself. Okay, I won't go through any more of those. I do not want to spoil anything else. So yeah. And what's this? More combat cards. So yes, the stack of cards is real. Like, man, I don't think I'm even going to try to sleeve this. I probably have enough sleeves for it, but I'm not even going to bother. I'm not even going to bother. That is crazy amount of cards. Yeah. Is there a surprise in here? Nope. Yeah, nice plastic insert to hold everything in it. That's kind of cool. Nice and organized. It's cool. I love custom inserts. Even a little spot for the dice. Up there. That's cool. That is cool. But yeah, I think that's going to be it. I don't know. I don't want to read anything. Oh, yes. If you waited this long, the surprise box at the beginning that I opened but did not look at in detail. Okay, so let's throw this stuff out of the way. Man, plastic everywhere. Oh, lots of bits, lots of bits. 6,000 sleeves? Planning on sleeving Marvel Legendary, 6,000 sleeves. Oh my god, Jeff, you're nuts. But I understand, a deck builder game, I would sleeve too. And I know you like own like everything for that game. I'm pretty sure. I remember you playing it all the time at Rich's old store. All right, let's see here. Okay, so this is the stuff from the surprise box. Okay, so tune away now if you don't want to see this. I'll talk about this and then wrap it up, and we'll look through this stuff. But this was on the top of, not included in the box of the core box, but just included in the package at the top in its own foam that we saw at the beginning of the video. But yeah, the surprise box. I don't know if they're kind of like showing off a future game here. It looks like that's some advertisement on the back. But yeah, surprise box. Let's see what's in our surprise box. Okay, our numbers didn't really drop too much. Yet. Oh, but there's a little delay. So yeah, hopefully let's see how many people stay around for this. But Tainted Grail, the Fall of Avalon. I don't know if everyone gets this. I hope they do. I don't know, but okay, so don't sleeves. Make the stacks of cards difficult to handle. It depends how big the decks are, but I'm assuming you only have a certain amount of combat cards and the rest are like optional upgrades that you would add. So you probably only need to sleeve the ones you're playing with, and then you can sleeve ones as you add them maybe. So that's what I find. Like with Gloomhaven, you have a ton of extra cards, but like you don't always play with them all, right? So you don't have to sleeve everything. Yeah, you only need to sleeve what you're using at the time. But I'm definitely not sleeving the like the map, like the board or whatever, these cards, the big oversized ones. And the little tiny cards that just slide under the side of your board. I don't see a reason to sleeve these either. As long as you're not handling it over again and shuffling, I'm at the point where I don't care about sleeves if I'm not shuffling over and over again. But like Jeff says, a deck building game, if you're constantly having to shuffle over and over again, yeah, I'd rather have those sleeved. So this is the Almanac of Avalon. So I'm assuming this is like some lore and art to get you more into the game. And those who kickstarted it probably know more about it. But there's one of the maps, like the little maps that came in the game. Cool, a little bit of story here and some art. Okay, yep, some more art. I guess about all the places. So I don't know if like all these are places on the map. Maybe cards you come across later. I won't go through every page. Oh, I see. So there's east, west, north. Okay, sorry. Oh, what was that? South, I assume? Yep. So south. Just little descriptions about places, and like there are passages from other characters, I think. So just additional cool content to get you deep into the world, deep into the game. Avalon's Curios. Animals. If you want to know about the animals there you go. Want about trees, accessories, arcane accessories, armor. That's cool. Charms. It's basically an art book is what I'm getting from this. That's cool. Mercenaries, myths and legends, Red Death, the Round Table, religion, unconventional remedies, weaponry, dangers of the wilderness. Oh, weirdness. A little description of what weirdness is. That's a big thing in the game. Children of weirdness. Oh, that's creepy. That's creepy right there. Oh, there's that guy, the one that we have the mini of. Four Dwellers. Four Dwellers are an ancient race that thrived on Avalon before humans arrived. Arthur fought them off and claimed their land. They are said to be extinct, but some people think they are still a real threat. That's cool. That's super cool. I'm excited to explore the story in this game. And that looks creepy right there. Oh, yeah. Vagabonds and warbands. Wild animals and worms. That's super cool. That's super cool. But yeah. So like a little Almanac of Avalon. Okay. And then there was this letter in there, this like paper, which might be just a like we'll find out. I probably should look at this first to see if it's related to like being a review. Oh, okay, it's a letter to backers. Okay, that's cool. Here, let me just look at it first before putting it on camera, just in case. Okay, so it's like what to do if you got bent or broken miniatures, damage is resulting from outside box, missing elements. Just basically gives like an email to contact. That's kind of cool. And yeah, it's just like a big thank you letter to backers. So I'm sure someone will post this at some time. So I won't go into it. I won't show it off really, but yeah, that's cool. 700 cards, 100,000 words of the story, over 1,000 unique arts in the core box only. Wow. Over 30 people worked on various parts of the game. Okay, so here's the Almanac of Avalon, an impressive 100-page long encyclopedia of a Tainted Grail that you can use to expand your knowledge of Avalon. It's in its strange places, its dangerous people, its people and their customs. Each entry was annotated by one of the characters from the game, providing a unique perspective. Okay, there you go. I should have read this first. Yep, of course I did wrong. And this thing here is the issvanguard.com art book. Oh, there you go. That was on the back. Okay, an art book filled with amazing art from our next major board game that will be coming, or will be going live sometime in 2020. So a sneaky little way to add some advertisements in here for you for the next game. So, but hey, that's cool. It's like that's some expensive marketing right there. A nice hardcover art book when they could have just included like a little pamphlet for you. Yeah, the artwork's cool in the game for sure. So here's Awaken Realms art book for ISS Vanguard from the surprise box. Is it gonna like make a noise when I open it or anything? Like, you know, those surprise birthday cards? Nope, nope. It's pure darkness. Guys, I'm seeing darkness. Okay. Promo art book for ISS Vanguard board game. So see, at least now I know about this Kickstarter coming in eventually. Or if it's coming straight to retailers, I don't know. But at least it's something now on my radar. Oh, there looks like I got the box art down already. Ooh, that's cool. Yeah, it's obviously sci-fi themed. Yeah, that's neat. Some ships in the game. So anyone's tuning in right now is like, what the hell came in your Tainted Grail box? This doesn't look like Tainted Grail. They screwed up, man. They screwed up. You got the wrong game. There you go. That looks nice. Yeah, that one's cool. Yeah, that's nice stuff. Nice stuff. This is cool. This is like art for a board game. This looks like very, very high quality, very, very well done art, of course. But from any of the Awakened Realms games I've seen, it's very nice. This is like my first Awakened Realms game I'm pretty sure that I own. But Nemesis definitely has my eyeballs as something I want to get eventually at some point in the future. Yes, Mass Effect. I was thinking that. I was trying to think of what sci-fi that looked like. I was trying to think. You're correct. It does look very much like Mass Effect. Yes, that's what it is. I was trying to think. Man, lots. Like they didn't need to do this. They could have literally just put a pamphlet in here, coming 2020, and like one piece of nice art. Instead, they went, "Hey, here's all the art we've paid for the game already. We'll put it in a book for you, give you a taste." Yeah, that's some good marketing right there. It's like so much extra effort. Like, man, tons of pages here. Super cool. Super cool. Oh, that's awesome. That gives me like an Android Netrunner feel right there. That's what that does. That's cool. I call dibs on the lead character called Shepard. Yeah, but we don't know what. Oh, here we go. Here's some information. Here's some info. Quickly glance through it to see if there's anything. Okay, it's just about the art. Trying to see if it describes the game in any way. So it's Dominic Mayer. He's a German artist for board, card, and video games and movies. Let's see if I get to focus. There you go. Started his professional career 5 years ago. That's cool. Doesn't say what type of game though. Oh, yeah, I just noticed all the different. This is like all different type of art now. This is like come on, camera. Cool fantasy art there. That's cool. Yeah, that's neat. Like that's cool marketing material right there. That is cool. Like nice hardcover book. Man, that is neat. I'm excited for you guys getting this Kickstarter for sure. Especially all the ones with all the extra add-on content and stuff. Like I saw when I glanced at the Kickstarter page after I was like when I was investigating this game, seeing all the like additional campaigns and stuff they're making, and that box of miniatures if you want like miniatures instead of cards. Like some of the monsters in this game I guess come on cards and you move them around the map, which is kind of weird, but it's one way to do it I guess. But they have like a miniature pack that you can add on to replace them to move them around the map. But I think you still need the cards for like the stats and stuff. But yeah, that's Tainted Grail right there. That is Tainted Grail. I'm not going to try to put it all back in the box for you guys right now, but yeah, we just do this. There you go. There's the box. And that art is sick. That art is sick. And there's the designers, who I will not try to pronounce their names. I am not going to do that to them. That is evil of me, as my pronunciations are always way off and I will butcher it. But yeah, so that's it. Christian B, thanks for joining us here in the live stream of my first time live streaming on unboxing. I hope it was not too boring for those who are watching this in the future especially. Found your channel through the Gloomhaven videos. Really like your content. Keep it up. Thank you so much for the kind words. I appreciate it. I very much appreciate it. Well, buckle in because we're going to be playing a bunch of episodes of this now. If you watched through a bunch of Gloomhaven, it's going to be similar, I'm sure. We'll be playing through this with my wife. We'll do 2-player, and then what we'll have is if Justin, who you saw in the Gloomhaven videos, I'm sure, he will show up randomly some weekends, come here for a day or two, sleep over, that kind of stuff, and we'll just dive into one of these meaty games. So that's what this is going to be. So hopefully he comes this weekend. He's supposed to come for a day, and we'll maybe get him to try this game if we already got it going and on the table by then, or maybe get him in the starting. But if not, we'll try to see if he can jump in and jump out and test those mechanics out and see how that goes. But yeah, we got more coming. What other games do you have planned for playthroughs? Right now we're playing through Too Many Bones Age of Tyranny, which is like a campaign expansion, Age of Tyranny, for the game Too Many Bones, which we just filmed the next episode yesterday. So that will be going up on the channel soon. That was edited this morning. But we're playing through the campaign of that game. Love it. Another fantasy game. I have Marvel Champions, the LCG coming hopefully next week. Whenever it releases, I have it pre-ordered from my local game store. So I should get that this week or next week. That should be coming soon. I'll crack that game open, get into that, play that. But that just comes with like one-off scenarios, but we'll be doing playthroughs of that game for sure. But there's supposedly a campaign pack in the works for that game. Alan says the unboxing wasn't that boring at all. I don't know. I watch unboxings at first. I was like, this is dumb. Me rambling on and opening a bunch of stuff on a video felt lame. But my wife's like, you got the boxes. People love it. Do it. I'm like, man, I don't know why people love it. And then I realized I look at my like YouTube and I've watched like so many unboxings. And so then I realized, wait, I like watching them. So I know there's other people that do. So I figured try to put my own twist on it, have some fun with it. Not take it too serious, but yeah, unboxings are cool. It was interesting to see what I'm missing out on. Now I need to get back and start watching Gloomhaven videos. Gloomhaven looks lit. Never played it. Just watched a few videos to not spoil it. Yeah, don't watch it. We play through these campaign style games. We play through, I described it earlier in this video. The first couple of videos we do so that you can watch and get an idea of how the game plays. But I do not expect anyone to follow through the campaign with us unless you are never getting the game, because you can't either afford it or you just don't have the time or don't want to and you want to watch someone else play it, or you've gotten it yourself, you played through it, and then you want to go back and see how other people approach the game. Because I always find that fascinating myself, to watch how other people took the exact same scenario or chapter or whatever it is in the game and played through it, and how the design came out and through replayability in it. So some games are very similar, like there's only one way to play it, they're very linear. But I love watching games that have lots of replayability and lots of options. I love seeing how other people, what characters they picked, what decisions they made, and how they went through it. So that's why I like throwing our playthroughs out there, so that people who played, even ones with story and spoilers, they can go back and watch them and see, oh man, that's the decision they made, or that's the choice or they thought like I did and they chose this way, or I keep losing on this scenario. Let me go find some joker on YouTube who's played it and see how they went through the scenario and if they won, and maybe I can steal some tips from that. So those are all the reasons why we do those long stories. But I don't expect you to watch all of our Gloomhaven, but we will be doing the same thing for this, for sure. Yeah. Alan loves the live streams for sure. He loves coming in the chat and having a good time. But yeah. But yeah, that's going to be it. I'm going to go now grab a coffee and sit down and read this juicy rule book. And then I'm going to go prepare to do a playthrough of the tutorial for this thing with no spoilers in it. I'll play through this live where you guys can come in and ask questions. I'll read everything out. We'll go through it all and have some fun with it. And it basically gives you a taste of all the mechanics in the game, so that this is like kind of like a learn to play scenario that you play a one-off solo. So I'll do this on the channel live later. Maybe tonight, if not tomorrow, probably tomorrow afternoon, because I do want to just kind of like jump into this thing and get to know the rules. So I'm really down with the rules. Read it a couple times, look up in the FAQ, make sure I'm like up to date on everything, because there is an FAQ for this already. There is some errata, some misprints. So if you aren't familiar with that, games do that sometimes, where they get it out there and then people just go and play them and not realize that there's already an FAQ building even from the designer themselves. So that exists. So go check that out. There's an FAQ online. I don't know if it's linked from Awaken Realms, if it's on their website, but I found it on Board Game Geek. It's, if you go in the forums on Board Game Geek page, there's like links in there to the official FAQ. I'll try to drop that below if I remember later. Try to read. Yeah, it's so diverse. Watch first scenario like 5 times different compositions. Yes, yes. All right, well, that's it for this stream, guys. Thank you for tuning in. I appreciate you guys spending time to be here with me and watch me open the fun toys and smell the glorious, oh, the glorious fresh paper and ink. I love that smell. I love that smell. It takes me right back to those days, getting those NES games and smelling those manuals when I was a kid. You guys know. Those who smell rule books and cards, they know. The rest of you, yes, I'm a weirdo. But yeah. Anyways, thanks for tuning in, and we'll see you in the next one. Bye-bye.